Hello, my name is Nobody. This is going to be the fourth game between Liereyy and the Viper. We got a Goths Teutons war here. On the left side, we have Liereyy playing in green as the Teutons. And on the right side, we have Viper playing as the Goths. So let's take a quick look at the tech tree for the Teutons. Teutons, very nice economy, going into Feudal Castle Imperial Age, cheaper farms. Some tower bonuses here. Very strong Teuton tower rush. Town center, then doesn't matter. Teutonic Knight could actually be useful in this situation. Oftentimes it's not very useful. But against the Goths, I think they could make very good use out of that. And then units resist conversion. Get Bloodlines. Very nice knights with the units resist conversion bonus. So let's take a look at the Goths. Goths, cheaper infantry, no economy bonuses, don't get stone walls, extra population, and just all the barracks bonuses. Infantry costs less, and barracks units create faster. That's the big bonus there. They do get bloodlines as well. So Goths versus Teutons matchup is kind of interesting. Teutons will have the better economy, and Lierey's going to lure in a deer here pretty soon. So for sure the Teutons will have a better economy. Could have a stronger scout rush. Do have access to stone walls. Have stronger knights with the units resist conversion. And as the X factor, they have the Teuton tower rush up their sleeve if we do want to see that. It doesn't look like Viper's map is that vulnerable to a tower rush though. And normally you fear from the Goths just the late game infantry spam. But I'm not sure how much the Teutons fear that. They do have a great knight line. And they do have the Teutonic Knight later on, which I'm not sure how that will fare against the Goth infantry spam, if it does get into it. So we'll just have to let that play out. The Civ matchup definitely could be a lot worse. I'm not exactly sure who I'd take in this situation, actually. I think I'd take the Teutons by a slim margin. So let's take a look at the maps here. Lierey's map. Already lured in a deer. Could lure in the rest of these deer here. 2 boars on the left, hasn't found the sheep. Very open on the front, side gold in the front. Another side gold in the front, and third gold and his main gold pretty exposed. But we could see a small wall from here and here, and even through here. But that'll be a little bit of investment. Stones are forward, but no way we're going to see a tower rush come up. And Lierey's going to lure his first boar now. So bad wood from Liereyy. He's going to have a problem with wood most of this game. Might see a lumber camp here. Not the best gold either, but it gets worse. It could get worse on an Arabia type map. At least he has deer. Take a look at the Viper's map. Nice saturation on this wood line. We'll have nice saturation here as well. Stone, I see a stone in the forward position. And a stone in the back here. Pretty inaccessible. So he could be vulnerable to a tower rush here. Gold is very safe, however. And this will be quite a big wall, if Viper chooses to do it. A big key to his map, nice wood, and nice gold. So I think I'll take the Viper's map over Lierey's map, despite the stones. Lierey's stones aren't that great either, though. Yep. What am I hearing being attacked with? Just a house. What kind of builds are we seeing? We see 3 on wood from Liereyy, most likely a scout rush. And 3 on 1 from the Viper also. A little bit unusual as Goths. Usually you see a men-at-arms, not a men-at-arms, a drush from the Goths. And for that you need 4 on wood. So maybe he'll go into a scout rush as well. Viper getting early scout here. I like this move here. Could even wall the scout in if he walls him through here, but he's not going to do that. It's just going to take the Viper a little bit longer to scout around over here. And oh, the scout's going to move right into the town center. Turn the other way. And it looks like the scout's going to get out of there alive, just with a little health buff. This is a mistake I always used to make. But Liereyy should have been paying attention here. I think he was luring the boar at the same time. I'm trying to see. Is that a body? Doesn't look like it. No, it's not a body. The villager's lead is pretty much the same. Liereyy should have seen this coming. He saw the house right here. So I see everyone debating which is the better civ in this situation. One of the it's just I love non-mirror matches. Just the fact that you can have this debate. You know, what is the better situation? What kind of strategy do you do? Do you play by the meta? Do you do something different because you think you can get an advantage on your opponent? One of the reasons I love AOC is due to these civ variations. Theoretically, the Teutons army should be much stronger with the Teutonic Knight, but in practice, the Gothic spam is just so good that you really don't have to engage the Teutonic Knights if you don't have to. Feudal Age from Liereyy. Feudal Age from Liereyy is going to take the lumber camp over here. And we'll most likely see a scout rush from him. Lierey's going to be up on 21 pop, Viper's going to be on 22 pop. And very much looks like a scout rush build. So in a scout rush situation, I would favor the Teutons just because they get their farm bonus. Let's take a look at the players' scouting. What do they see at this point? Viper, very good scouting. It sees basically all the resources for Liereyy. And also, notably, hasn't seen that there's a barracks. Which there isn't a barracks, but here's the barracks now. What I meant to say is that a drush is not coming in. Liereyy. Decent scouting, hasn't scouted the back here. As we know, there's nothing in the back there. No resources. And see the stones. Unfortunately, we won't see the Teuton Tower Rush this game. And the Viper's going to chase down the scout, which is a good call by him. But Lierey's going to get away. He has the speed now. Here's the stable coming up. One of the nice things is Goths, though, is they can pump out a few extra cheap spears. So going up one villager later, not going to be that much of a disadvantage. And in fact, that could have been an intentional decision by the Viper. Since he knows he might want to play a little defensive with his cheaper spears. And I'm going to see if he makes one right away. No, he doesn't. The Viper had an easy time last game, yeah. Wasn't the closest game ever. This is very interesting, though. I find this interesting, anyway. Viper going for these deer all the way on this right side, and even though he's later up to the next age and hasn't made a spearman, I think he's playing a little, sometimes you hear the Viper in interviews, sometimes he says one of his weaknesses is he plays overconfident, and it looks like he's doing that here. But on the other hand, it looks like he will get the scout. So actually, Liereyy won't be at a scout advantage here since he lost his opening scout. You can see here the military count is 2-2. Ten deers, 3, 6, potentially 10 deers. The thing is, it is very exposed, so I don't expect him to actually get to all 10 deers. So Lierey's just seeding down his cheaper farms. Hasn't moved out yet. The Viper has moved out with the scouts. Playing with a little less fear here, and he's going to send his forward, a forward spear. And this Goths, you don't have to hesitate that much about making spears. Viper will not see the spearman, but Liereyy clearly will. So he knows what's coming, actually. He should know that scouts are coming in. And Viper could lose a villager here. Gonna take 3, 4, 5 hits. Half health now. Viper's gonna move out in front. No, he's not. I don't know if that was miss micro or he didn't think he could get it. And Lierey's just gonna chase down this one scout. Not gonna do a lot of damage here. Spearman now out from the Viper. From Liereyy. And what the Spearman's gonna do is it's gonna make it's going to mean Viper's going to be able to choose his fights here. If he starts taking a bad fight, the Spearman will come in, should turn the fight around. And you can also use it to kind of ply a... what is it? If you're attacking villagers and you got the Spearman in there, it means your opponent can't bring his scouts in to defend. Unless he wants to get hit by the spear. Viper gonna move out now, sees the scouts over here. Should send his scouts back. Never mind, I'm getting the positions mixed up. Lierey's gonna go back and defend. Villager count 31-31. We haven't seen a villager go down yet. And oh, scouts on top of the wood line. We'll get some villager kills here. Fast wall did not go up in time. One villager going down. Could see a second villager going down. The scout will go down as well. And just one more hit and the villager's down. Now time to get out of there with the scouts. Try to save as much health as possible on these guys. And that's a very nice pickup from him. And as well, gonna get a free hit by the spearman here. I don't think I particularly like this mill. You have to spend 100 resources for the mill, you have a lot of walking time, villagers are very vulnerable, and then you had to make 2 spears to defend it. But that's just my opinion. So let's take a look at the military. Liereyy investing a lot more into scouts. Viper on 400 food. Liereyy on 250. Maybe we see bloodlines from him. And losing 2 scouts here. Nice micro from the Viper. I think he's, when he's gotten the chance here, he's been taking the better engagements. And then just got caught out over here. Otherwise, he would be in the lead here. 4 spearmen onto this woodline. Why do you need 4 spearmen? I think at most you need 3. And then 2 spearmen over here, that's quite a bit of investment. Spearman goes down, but not a lot of health on these guys. Maybe gets 1 village, but he'll sacrifice the scouts for it. And here comes the spearman. And look at that, 8 spearmen over here. And again, another poor engagement by Liereyy. Liereyy will click up to the next stage soon. The Viper clicked up right now. He's going to be a little bit faster. Villager difference right now. Villager difference will be 3 in favor of Liereyy. But Lierey's going to be about maybe 30 seconds later. So Liereyy has the Vill advantage right now. Should have a better economy. Definitely has a better economy with the farms as well. And Lierey's gonna go straight into Knights, which is what you like to do as Teutons. And it's something you definitely should do against Goths. The Viper, he's not gonna mind any stone, of course. He knows that his opponent is gonna go into Knights. And again, just the Viper taking better military engagements. I've seen like 3 separate occasions where the Viper has won like these one-on-one scout fights. And he's gonna take another here. I think this scout's just for scouting around though. See what the Viper's doing. The Viper's gonna go into Knights as well. And the Viper could actually have a hard time defending this because both players can go up with a monastery, but the Teutons not gonna get converted very easily. So essentially, it's like the Teutons have better knights. And honestly, I think the Goths can struggle a little bit against a cavalry-heavy civilization, especially one with an economy bonus. Villagers going forward. Where are they going? Looks like they're going to build a town center here. And I like that because Lierey's going to be... He's pretty down on wood right now. Here's a town center. Spearmen are going to move around. No weak villagers here. And heavy plow right away from the Viper. Again, another decision I like because the Goths do need so much food. And it's nice to get that upgrade nice and early. Stone mining even from the Viper, so we're going to see him take some stone here. He's going to take stone in the back over here. Two knights coming out from Liereyy, no upgrades on them. Scale Barding coming in now. And somehow the Viper has taken most of these deer. Actually, he's got 5 deer left to take. But this goes back to the weakness of these villagers, and now could start losing them. This one spearman's not going to be enough here. And we're going to see Viper lose at least 1, if not 2 villagers here. Viper's not going to try to match the Teutons Knights here. He's going to go straight into Pikemen. And Pikemen's really tough on your economy. They do cost food and wood. Nice position for Liereyy now. He's getting his knights all across the map, looking for every avenue to start his raiding. He's gonna take a villager over here. Can't get under the town centers right now. It doesn't have +2 or bloodlines. And he's going with forging now. Viper under some heavy pressure right now. Normally in this situation you'd probably make some monks, but you of course wouldn't do that against Teutons. And the Viper just needs to get more pikemen out. But he's only off of 1 barracks here. And if Liereyy keeps spamming, I think 2 stables can deal with 1 barracks quite well. Forging is a nice upgrade here for raiding. I think forging means it takes 1 less shot for a knight to kill a villager. It'll be 4 shots. So it's actually a big upgrade as far as raiding goes. To go from 5 shots to 4. And Viper not able to get enough pikemen here. Perhaps investing too much into an extra town center when he needed more pikemen or another barracks. Fletching coming in from the Viper to get some more attack on these town centers. Villager difference now, 5 villager difference. A lot more army from Liereyy, a lot more expensive army as well. And Lierey's on 3 town centers. So looking pretty good for him this game. You of course don't want to give the Goths any opportunity to get back in this game. Once they do have their economy rolling, and pikemen start spamming out, could be a little bit tough. And Liereyy getting an early handcart right now. Even going to pikemen is Liereyy. Why? Why would you go back into pikemen? Huh. This decision perplexes me. I guess he has a lot of spearmen left over. But pikemen isn't exactly a cheap upgrade either. It's gonna be 215 food. Nice economy from Liereyy. He's already at not quite 10 villagers. It looks like 8 villagers up. And the Viper stabilized here. Probably going to keep continuing making pikemen. And I think he should keep making pikemen. There's a lot of knights being massed up from Liereyy right now. Lierey's going to go up with a second black barracks. He's going to commit to this pikeman. I can only wonder why. And not much else going on right now, just players booming. I don't think the Viper has enough pikemen to defend against this next raid. He's still making some. Handcart coming in from the Viper now. All about getting a good economy. And nice saving grace from the Viper. He will have a castle here in about 2 minutes. Where should it go? Perhaps in the middle over here. Or perhaps on this right side. Big Knight Raid coming in. These knights notably don't have bloodlines yet. I would love to see bloodlines on these guys. And these pikemen are not going to do a whole lot here. Going to take out one knight, maybe even a second knight. No, just one knight. And here comes the knights. A lot of knights, some more pikemen in. Viper needs to make a little more pikes here. Scale mail coming in on the pikemen. 12 attack. 4. 48. And Lierey's just gonna go back now. He's gonna wait till his next age upgrade. Is he gonna get a conversion? Oh wow, what a lucky conversion. That's the fastest conversion I've seen on a scout. And heavy plow now coming in from Liereyy. Basically, it's like the farms are free. Not really, though. And Lierey's gonna commit to this pikeman, and he's gonna go in Taub. Try to beat the Goths at his own game. We'll see how this works for Liereyy. I would prefer just archer ranges and waiting to get the chemistry upgrade. Or just going full into Cavalier if you know you're ahead, but I don't think... I don't know if Liereyy knows how ahead he is. And the Viper should be going up to the next stage shortly. Big thing for Viper right now, he's got a very weak army. Just consisting of pikemen. Very little you can do with that except for defend. And Liereyy going to go into longswordsman. Interesting decision. Oftentimes you see this against one of the best counters to infantry is actually the swordsman line. And even though the Goths can do the swordsman better than you know, these non-infantry civs, you try to kind of lean on that you're ahead in the game and you have a better economy than the Goths. And also, this should catch Viper by surprise. He hasn't scouted this, and that could be good within itself. If I was Viper right now, I'm kind of wondering what army composition to go for. Do I keep making pikemen? Do I make obviously don't make Huskarls right now. Do I go into Cavalier or do I go into Swordsman myself? And this is the importance that scouting can have. Really should use the scout. Just write it in here. Just suicide it, and you can see what kind of army that Lierey's going for. And if the Viper saw what kind of army Lierey's going for, he should start with champion production on his own. It doesn't look like he's doing that. More knights coming in. Castle's gonna help out with defense quite a bit here. And here comes more barracks from the Viper. We'll see if he's gonna make some more pikemen or go into swordsmen. He needs to start making swordsmen now. That's a lot of swordsmen coming out. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna see the elite Teutonic knights this game. We're gonna see the swordsmen. It's a much faster option. And chemistry coming straight away from Liereyy. Thinking about the transition into hand cannons. What is the Viper doing? Viper's not really doing anything. He's sitting on 1,500 food. He could get some gold from that. And he's going with Anarchy. He's gonna go with Huskarls, I guess. Why else would you get Anarchy? Bad fight from Liereyy here. Very bad fight. And Anarchy is going to be a wasted investment here. I'm not sure if it came in though. Swordsman going to get in here. Maybe enough to take out a town center. They're going to get all on top of the farms here. Viper has enough food at the moment. All he's missing right now is just army. He needs army. And Perfusion right now would be a great upgrade for him. Champion could come in. If Viper does stabilize here, he definitely could have an advantage here. We'll have a stronger army. The question is if he stabilizes, though. And obviously is so slow on this transition. Still going into anarchy. Very curious. Look at these militia! Fully upgraded militia. Just missing blast furnace, and here comes men-at-arms. So slow though. And if I were the Viper right now, I'd try to use the market to get perfusion. That's the only upgrade I think for him that can turn this game around. Hand cannons in here, and that could just seal the deal. All Liereyy needs now is just a little bit of a siege. Maybe he's going to use his two-handed swordsman as the siege and start working on these barracks. And half of the Viper's economy idle right now. Liereyy just going to sit on top of these farms and sit on top of these barracks, force the Viper to rebuild them now. And the Viper are going to move back now. So could this be the game that Liereyy takes from the Viper? It's looking like it so far. 35 more pop from Liereyy. Economies are about the same, but remember the Viper's economy has been highly idle. Liereyy will have the opportunity here to expand to the extra golds. And Liereyy also has an advantage on the champion upgrade and the hand cannon right now. Two-handed swordsman being done from the Viper. Doesn't have enough resources for champion. Champion's quite an expensive upgrade actually. 750 food. Bombard cannon moving in. And somehow the Viper has the higher score. I don't know how. Hacks. A few Huskarls here. Maybe to deal with the siege. Maybe just to get some army out. And looks like the problem for Viper is the food. It's always the food in infantry wars. Hardly ever the gold. And another advantage for Liereyy, he's sitting on top of this hill here. This combo is going to be really hard for the Goths to stop. And again, the Viper just doesn't have the economy to make this this combo himself. Champion finally coming in from Viper. He needs a lot more farms. He's building farms out over here. You have to wonder why Liereyy hasn't been raiding on this right side. He's focused everything on this left side. Should focus a little more on this right side because the Viper is getting a nice farm economy over here. Working on the castle right now. I think the Viper should repair this. And military count 80 to 43. Viper needs more barracks here. I think he's being limited mostly by his barracks. And it looks like Lierey's seen this right side now. Castle's gonna go down. The Viper with 1,800 gold. Whenever you play as Goths, or whenever you're making just standard infantry, you have to remember, heavy on the food, pretty light on the gold, actually. And the Viper should buy a lot of food with this right now. The Viper's gonna try to hold under this town center. A few units going rogue here. And this is where the big battle is right now. Hand Cannon's going to do so much work here. Viper's going to get kicked off of his gold. Doesn't really matter. He's got too much gold anyway. The important part, he's going to be kicked off these farms here. And the Viper, he's just going into a corner. How often do you see this? The Viper being smushed into a corner. Nice fight for the Viper on this top side, actually. It looks like he's won this fight. Won this fight pretty handedly, actually. Now Liereyy focusing on the bottom side. And Liereyy should do his best to hold this hill as well. Viper only on 84 bills. That's not going to be enough to mass-produce champion. Again, maybe you should buy a little bit more food. Doesn't have an answer to these hand cannons, really. A few Huskarls not going to cut it. You really need a big, massive Huskarls in order to deal with hand cannons. And now just the hand cannon's going to get on top of these farms. All the farms exposed. And without the farms, Viper isn't going to be able to collect any food, which is really what he needs. I don't think Liereyy... Oh, I'm getting players confused again. Yeah, Liereyy should put his stuff forward. He's going down this middle area right here. And you can see the production speed just from the Goths, able to almost turn it around here. He's got this left side. Needs to clean this up over here. What the Viper needs to do, needs to reboom his economy and somehow deal with these hand cannons. The hand cannon is just the biggest issue right now. Few champions getting on top of the hand cannons. We see one going down, two going down, but they're still gonna live. And now, finally, the Viper looks like gold's gonna be his problem now. He needs to retake this gold in order to keep this game going. And I don't see any other gold for the Viper now. So he's gonna have to start using the market in order to get enough resources here. And he needs to win this game fast. Castle coming up on the gold, that could be GG actually. So Viper's either gonna have to take back this gold in a very short period of time, or take this gold on this left side, which Liereyy has vision of. Hand Cannon's gonna do some work here, gonna retreat now. And there's the GG there. So pretty early, pretty even early game. I think you can see here, going into Castle Age, actually I think the Viper took better engagements with the Scout Rush. Despite losing 2 villagers early on. You can see what kind of problem the playing as the Goths can pose. Just not having that economy advantage that the Teutons have, and then the Teutons going into Knights, the Viper going into Pikemen but not able to make a sufficient defense. And I think the big difference here was just the economy for the Teutons. Able to have that leg up, and then be able to switch into Champion and Hand Cannon much sooner than the Goths could. The Goths get the same access to the same units, and even cheaper Champion, but just not having that advantage early game to do so. And then the Viper losing map control and not able to push back any further. You almost saw him take it back. You saw he was able to mass produce infantry really quickly, but just didn't have the economy in order to do so. And even Liereyy switching to Cavalier now. So we have 3-1. Liereyy did take a game here. I think I will cast 2 more games here with the Viper. However, not against Liereyy. Forgot to check the achievements. If we were to check the achievements, I'm sure you'd see a better KD for Liereyy, better economy for Liereyy, and I think the economy was the deciding factor this game. So let's see what other games I have for you guys. I did download a pack here. And we'll start the next set of games in about 3-4 minutes.